This 4th of July, Americans are paying some of the highest beef prices ever recorded, and yet they're still buying steaks. In fact, despite record prices at grocery stores and restaurants, beef demand is proving surprisingly resilient. Here's what's happening. The U.S. cattle herd has shrunk to its smallest size since 1951, after years of drought, expensive feed costs, and ranchers reducing herd sizes. According to the USDA, U.S. cattle inventory stood at 86.2 million heads as of January this year. That's down roughly 45 million from the mid-1970s peak. That supply crunch has pushed cattle prices and ultimately beef prices sharply higher. Even after a slight pullback this spring, beef prices remain near record highs. Ground beef prices average $6.75 per pound nationally, while steak prices have climbed into record territory as well. And even though we've seen some consumers switching to alternative proteins or trading down elsewhere, beef demand has remained shockingly intact. According to Nielsen IQ, beef generated the largest dollar growth of any food category heading into Independence Day, with sales increasing roughly $352 million versus last year. The research firm also says consumers increasingly see steak as an, quote, occasion-worthy purchase, an affordable luxury they're willing to splurge on while cutting back elsewhere. Grocery chain Kroger told me demand for steak at its stores remains strong, particularly for premium and organic cuts. Shoppers aren't just looking for the cheapest option. Nielsen IQ also found consumers are increasingly seeking labels like USDA Prime, grass-fed, no antibiotics, and no added hormones, suggesting quality is becoming just as important as price. And that trend is helping companies across the beef ecosystem. Omaha Steaks told me Father's Day sales for one of its newer premium value-focused steak cuts are up about 25%. Steakhouse operators are benefiting too. Darden Restaurants, the parent of Longhorn Steakhouse, said on its recent earnings call that high grocery store beef prices have actually improved the restaurant's value proposition in some markets. The big question, though, for investors is how long can this last? Eventually, ranchers will rebuild the nation's cattle herd, increasing supply and easing some pressure on prices. But cattle cycles move slowly and take years to rebuild herds, which means beef prices may remain elevated well beyond this grilling season. But if this summer is any indicator, Americans are just not ready to stop buying their steaks.